been 20 years since the original cast of the groundbreaking series Degrassi High has been in the same room. 20 very long years if you ask the legions of fans who closely identify with the characters, the topics, the problems, the relationships, and the ideas in the formative show. Well, the wait for a reunion is finally over. This is big news that you're hearing first right here on CP24 Breakfast. We call that an exclusive, but I'm not going to tell you. Pat Mastroianni, Joey Jeremiah, of course, and Stefan Brogren, who's Snake Archie Simpson.
That's right.
I think I should just refer to you by your character names for the rest of the interview.
Whatever.
They're here.
Okay, it won't be the first time.
Yeah, I bet. I'm going to let you tell all of the viewers who are tuning in what the big news is.
Well, in a nutshell, basically, we're doing a national classic cast Degrassi reunion tour, and we'll be appearing at comic conventions all across Canada for this year. And we're excited to be premiering at the Toronto Comic-Con next month at the Convention Center, and that'll be our first classic cast reunion in a very, very long time.
So I can only imagine what this means to all of those fans. What does it mean to you guys? It's been a long time.
Well, I mean, the way that Pat approached me about it was, he was like, you know, I'm thinking that there is definitely an audience that wants to see like the very old classic junior high audience back together. And I was like, okay, well, this is interesting, but how do we start this? And Pat's like, wouldn't it be cool to sort of do like sort of a schools out reunion, which was our final movie that we did as the like highest rated thing on Canadian television at the time. So I was like, are you talking about getting like Tessa Campanelli and Stacey, who played Caitlin, along with us? That'd be amazing. Like Dan, who played Mr. Radich, is going to be there as well.
Cool.
But I was like, that's what a selling point for me was. If it's a schools out reunion, and I mean, a lot of people want to see Tessa Campanelli, I think.
Absolutely.
Also, like, that was such a part of that big story. I swore at her. I said the F word. And,
so you're prepared for some anger there from some of the fans.
I think well, you know what? There's a lot of people that were upset about that finale, that they get, you know, their final 2 cents in, I guess.
Absolutely, and for us, you know, this is sort of a thank you tour as well. I mean, we've been part of Canadian pop culture for over 30 years, and this for us is a very meaningful tour because it's Canada's 150th, and we wanted to celebrate that along with the Canadian
Because
fans.
we've been around for 150 years.
It feels like we've been around for 150 years.
You guys look incredible.
Thank you.
Do you guys hang out often?
I haven't seen this guy in 10 years.
We went for a beer
wild.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't feel like it was 10 years at all.
Yeah.
Honest to God. Like we've done speaking engagements before. We used to go to universities and had such a blast talking to the fans. So it didn't feel like that long ago. And then you're like, you know, it's been 10 years. I'm like, shut up. Really?
Yeah. So just to be clear, I want to let everybody know that it's Stacey Magician who played Caitlin, Kirsty Bourne who played Tessa Campanelli, and Dan Woods who played Mr. Radich will be joining us. And we'll be swapping out different characters for different cities once we check availabilities and book all those appearances.
Check everyone's schedule.
Yep.
I want to know, I mean, obviously you're going to be meeting with so many fans through this type of venue, this experience, but you must be stopped on a daily basis by fans who have so many questions and want to take pictures with you. How often does that happen? Well, you're still.
I mean, because I'm on, like, I'm a producer on Degrassi Next Class, which is on Netflix and Family Channel in Canada. I get stopped now by mothers and their daughters at the same time, because either I'm Snake to them or Mr. Simpson, the principal. So it's a very weird thing where it's like, you're both freaking out right now.
Everybody just calm down.
Yeah, but it happens on a day-to-day basis, and it's one of those things that sometimes people are afraid to say anything because it's such like an embarrassing part of their childhood sometimes, you know? Like, I remember growing up and going through the same thing that Tessa Campanelli or Joey or Caitlin went through.
That was what is still so important about the show, is the ability to identify with what you're seeing on the screen, right?
Absolutely. And I think that's why people remember the show so fondly, is because it was such an important part of their youth. And you know, it's wonderful to have the ability now with social media for us to still communicate with fans through the internet. But I wanted an experience that was more personal and live, and I think this.
We just don't do it. So it's like, it felt like, okay, Pat, it feels like you felt right. You felt right. It felt right. It was the time to do it. Yeah.
Okay, well, we have to leave it there, unfortunately. Check out these guys right across the country. That's such a great opportunity for all of the fans. The Metro Toronto Convention Center is home to the Toronto Comic-Con, March 17th to 19th. Snake and Joey are going to be there, amongst others. What a great opportunity. Thanks for announcing it right here on CP24.
It was our pleasure.